back to another episode of the Helmet to Helmet podcast. This is episode number 19. And yes, we are filming this one remotely. Luke is out at his brother's wedding, so fun weekend planned for Luke. Um, yeah, obviously we kind of thought there'd be no not NFL, no college football to talk about this weekend because only a couple games going on, one bowl game, Army Navy, and then FCS games going on. But just out of the blue, Michigan has the scandal of the year. Sherrone Moore fired for cause for having an inappropriate relationship with a Michigan staffer, and then was arrested later on in the night. Uh, Absolute scumbag move by not only him, but by Michigan mostly because they 1,000,000% knew about this weeks ago, and they waited till after the Ohio State game, after National Signing Day, uh, which is just, I feel bad for the kids that signed at Michigan, that if they would have known this, probably would have made a different decision. But they, since their coach is fired, they still can opt out of signing. Uh, Similar to like what happens if your coach gets hired at a new school. But um, yeah, I couldn't. I the more I read into that story, the more it got just gruesome and just sad. Like just sad. It was brutal.
Michigan being dirty and covering up scandals is not new, but this was just insane. Uh, yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, like it's yeah, it is like just like I'm speechless about the whole thing. Like I don't know like what's worse, like the actual like what Sherrone Moore did, or the fact that Michigan covered it up for so long, uh, which both are just absolute scumbag moves. And yeah, I'm curious to see who they get at head coach now. I don't know if they give it to Biff Poggi, who was their interim coach the games that Sherrone Moore had to sit for his suspension. I don't know if they just let him run it for a year or two, or if they. I've heard that they're going to try to get Kalen DeBoer from Bama. Don't know if he would leave, especially now. And then I heard Kenny Dillingham, the Arizona State coach's name get thrown out there. I don't know if he would leave. I mean, this is not good for Michigan by any means. Worse than the cheating scandal, uh, which Sharon Moore was involved in as well. Um, Yeah, some Michigan fans were actually happy that this kind of broke out, I saw, because they didn't like him as a coach in the first place.
I've said before, I don't think he's even a good head coach. So
No,
like,
I never really thought so either. I mean, he went one in or went 0-3 in their three big games this year, lost all of them. Uh, got their offense just was awful with him. They wouldn't let Bryce Underwood take over, which, you see Ohio State did the exact opposite. They let Julian Sand just have the keys and he balled out. He's a Heisman. He's going to New York.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and I don't know if Bryce will transfer. That'd be very funny if Bryce Underwood transfers after all of this. I wouldn't put it past him to transfer.
yeah, I don't know.
Uh, it kind of depends on who they get at head coach, I guess. But
Yeah,
um, yeah, we'll keep that updated. See what other. I'm guessing that this is not the last thing that's going to happen with Michigan.
yeah.
Uh, there's going to be more stuff that comes out as the days go on. But with that being said, we move into the Berserk bets. Weird week for me, with no real college football going on this weekend, and they don't release the FCS lines until usually like the day of. So I've got three college games on here and then two NFL games. So we'll segue that in there. But first off, Army Navy is the game of the week. I love this game every year. I would love to go to this game some year, but I'm pretty sure you have to be a you have to be a serviceman to even get a ticket to this game.
Probably.
Uh, but I am gonna go Navy -6. I like the midshipmen. Army has not looked that good this year, and Navy for a while was a team I thought could be the one of the group of five teams to make it into the playoff. But um, I am kind of scared that it's gonna be like a 3-point game because that is the case a lot of years for this game. But I think Navy's a very good football team. I like them to cover the spread here. Moving next, we have the only bowl game this weekend. Boise State, Washington. I'm taking Boise State plus 9.5. Mostly comes out of the fact that I think this bowl games matter more to group of five conferences than they do to Power Four conferences. So I think Boise State players are gonna, similar to like how Genty stayed for the playoff
Mm.
last year. I think they're gonna want to win this game, beat a Power Four school. Washington, I could see them have players not play, portal, get ready for the draft type of thing. I don't know if their wide receiver who's really good is going to play or not, because he's supposed to be like a first two round wide receiver. So I would be surprised if he plays. But yeah, I got Boise State plus 9.5. The other college line I've got is there's no line out yet, so I'm just taking straight money line for it. Give me Illinois State versus UC Davis on the road. Illinois State beat the number one seed North Dakota State last week in a huge upset. I think they were like 27-point underdogs and they won outright. So I'm taking baby ISU to cover the or to win outright here. Um, my last two games are NFL, so we'll use this to segue into the NFL. We'll do a college football bracket next week or so. Um, when we can do it in person, I think it'd be better.
Can try better,
Um, but yeah, I've got Broncos Packers under 42 and a half. I think the Broncos defense is just elite. Think we can keep them to under 20 or at 20. And then the Broncos offense is not great, so I don't know if we score 20 against the Packers defense either, but yeah, I like the under in this game. It's going to be a low scoring field goal fair. Uh, yeah, and then next up, I got the Jets plus 13 and a half, purely because the Jets do not know what tanking is. I think we,
yeah. No, they ruined it a couple times for
yeah,
themselves.
we kind of said this the other show, the other, last podcast that like they thought that trading Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Mitchell or Quinnen Williams would get them firmly like a top three pick, but they've won two games since. So I think 13 and a half is a bit crazy against Jacksonville. So yeah, I like the Jets here. Yeah, Berserk bets 38 and 38 on the year. Next week, there will be more college football games, so I want to pick two NFL games. I didn't want to only do like three games, thought that'd be kind of boring. So had a
Yeah.
couple NFL ones to take. But yeah, we'll move on to your bets. What do you like this weekend?
Right. So I'll piggyback off the Denver Packers game. I have Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. I just feel like if the Packers are going to want to score against the Broncos defense, they're going to need to lean on Josh Jacobs a lot. So I have to imagine he finds the end zone at least once. If they're going to score a touchdown. Next, I have the Panthers versus Saints to be over 40.5. I just feel like the Saints seem to be putting something together. They just beat the Buccaneers, scored 24 points, and Carolina's been kind of all over the place this year, but they upset the Rams and everything. So I have to imagine both teams can score 20 points in this game or just a combination to get over 40.5. Next, I have Dallas to cover minus 5.5 versus Minnesota. I think Minnesota just got to play a bad Commanders team who started Jaden Daniels and he got hurt again. I don't think they're any good. JJ McCarthy had like 3 touchdown passes, even though he only had like 160 yards. Justin Jefferson didn't put up any better stats. So I think Dallas is going to rebound and be able to win by 6 or more. Next, I have Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns versus Tennessee. I've bet against Tennessee so many times, but it's kind of easy when they're really bad. Um, so I think I think Christian McCaffrey's going to score multiple times, but I think Brock Purdy will have a few passing touchdowns through the air. To imagine whether it be Kittle or McCaffrey or whoever wide receiver they have playing. Um, that's just what I think is going to happen. Next, lastly, I have Jacoby Brissett over. He only had point 0.5 INTs versus Houston, so it's basically that he throws at least one interception. This Houston defense is just insane. They picked off Mahomes 3 times. Whether or not it was Mahomes' fault, it still happened. So I think they're going to be able to get after Brissett with the pressure too. So I think Brissett will have to force something that will eventually get picked off by how good this defense is.
And he throws like 45 times a game.
Yeah. So to recap, Josh Jacobs touchdown, Brissett 1 or more interceptions, Purdy two or more passing touchdowns. Dallas covers -5.5, and Panthers Saints is over 40.5.
I like it. Yeah, that Cowboys line I like, especially after a loss for the Cowboys and with the Eagles dropping in the NFC East, like they know that it's right in reach. The Eagles' schedule is really easy though, that they play the Raiders and the Commanders twice, so you'd have to imagine they get at least 2 wins out of those 3 games. But yeah, we'll move on into the NFL picks. I am 97 and 47. Not too many weeks left now. But we start with Thursday night football. Tonight we have Bucks Falcons. Um, the obvious play here is the Bucks.
Yeah,
I'm taking them.
yeah, I'm taking Buccaneers as well.
Yeah, I don't really need to think too much into that pick. I just think the Falcons are atrocious. They're really bad. Um, yeah, that's where I'm leaning for that game.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah, it is. Uh, Next up, we've got Browns at Bears. I'm gonna take the Bears.
I'm gonna have to take the Bears too. Yeah.
I
After last week, I don't think the Browns are gonna win another game this year. We didn't
prob
win last week, but
probably not going to win another game, I'd imagine. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think they can keep it close though. They might be able to cover that 7.5 points. Uh,
maybe.
the over under being 38.5 is kind of weird to me. That over. I kind of
Instead
like
of
that
just
over.
imagining that last week's defense was a fluke and that the Browns defense will return to form. I hope so. I hope Miles Garrett gets a sack record and everything.
Yeah, it.
He's at 20, so he needs one a game to break it.
hmm Next up, we have the Ravens at the Bengals. It's going to be a cold, cold day here on Sunday. I think it's like 13-degree high for the day. Um, so I'm taking the Bengals. Um, Out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, the one who always looks the most cold is Lamar Jackson. Not that he doesn't play well in the cold, but he just always looks like he just hates the cold. Obviously he's a Florida kid, so but then he played college in Kentucky, so not too far actually from here. Uh,
Are the Bengals still in the playoffs? In the playoff hunt?
yeah, they'd have to win
They can
out.
still get the division.
So this be
So
a,
I think they're going to be trying their butt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Bengals. I think.
yeah, there was a pretty alarming press conference that Joe Burrow had that sounded very similar to Andrew Luck's when he retired, where he basically was like, "If I'm not having fun, what's the point of playing?" type of thing. And it's kind of like this is Joe Burrow's own fault, like because he really wanted T. Higgins to stay, and that's why they can't sign offensive linemen.
Or defense or anything like that.
Yeah. So kind of his own fault, but also kind of not. Like the front office needs to know that this is your career guy. Like you've got to get close. Like they're not even near the cap. They just refuse to spend the amount
Yeah,
of
they
money.
just don't spend money. It's cheap ownership.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Bengals in this one. Um, Next up we have the Chargers at Chiefs. I actually like the Chiefs in this game. I think they know that if they lose this game, they're out, they're done. So I think they can get it done against the Chargers team that I thought looked very, very bad on Monday night against the Eagles.
Mm.
They were kind of lucky that Jalen Hurts played the worst game of his career. Uh, and that's an understatement. Jalen Hurts was awful on Monday night.
Yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of the Chiefs Texans games, but I did hear that Chris Jones was just on a tear in that game. And I think with how bad this Chargers O line is, I think he's going to continue. Like you said, they're fighting for their playoff lives. They're already eliminated from the division. So I think the Chiefs just have more to lose here. So I'm going to take them.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at for this. Next up, we got Bills at Patriots, and I'm going a shocker. I'm surprised that the Bills are favored in this game, only 1.5 points, so it's basically a toss up.
Mm.
But I'm going with the Bills on this one. I know it's not a very popular opinion considering that the Patriots beat them on the road this year, but it feels I don't it feels like Josh Allen will split this series. Like I don't he doesn't lose two games to the a division opponent in the same season.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And if the Patriots win this game, they clinch the AFC East. So if the Bills want to get this division, it's do or die for them in this game. Ooh, I don't know. This is a tough. Yeah, but I think yeah, I don't think uh Buffalo's gonna get swept. I'm gonna go Bills too.
All right. We've got a boring game next, Commanders at Giants. I'm gonna go Giants. I think the Commanders aren't going to win another game this year.
Um, I think so. I think I did hear that Jaden Daniels is going to just be they're just gonna sit him for the rest of the year.
Hmm.
Um, so I think with a full week of Marcus Mariota practicing and being the known starter, um, I think they're gonna be better than what they showed versus Minnesota. So I'm gonna take the Commanders.
Okay. And a game I kind of mentioned already. We have the Raiders at the Eagles, and if the Eagles can't win this one, I don't know. Something's, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I have to take the Eagles. I don't think they cover 11 and a half though.
Wouldn't be
Um,
surprised if they don't.
the Raiders, they have a sneaky good defense, and with how bad the Eagles' offensive line has been, especially run like their run offense, I think Max Crosby could have a bit of a day, being a big game wrecker. So yeah, I mean, but you have to go Eagles.
Yeah. I think so.
Uh, Next up, we have Jets at Jaguars. One of the games I picked on the bets, but I still think the Jaguars win, just not by double digits.
The Jets want to win anything.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Um, yeah, so you're taking Jags. Okay, we got Cardinals at Texans next, and like you said, I think the Texans defense is just going to lock down the Cardinals. Cardinals at 3-10 is a like deceptively weird record though. Like I don't think they're that bad. Like
Yeah, it is weird. They just lost a lot of close games.
they're not as bad as the Jets, who have the same
No,
record as them. Uh, but yeah, I mean I'm taking the
this
Texans.
might be shutout watch. I think the Texans defense is that good.
Yeah, I think so too. If their offense can just have long drives, which has kind of been their issue. They have failed to have sustained drives, but if they can do that in this game, I don't see a reason why they couldn't shut them out at least. A lot of afternoon games this week, which I thought was weird. There's five, uh, which I don't hate though, because that's always my gripe with the slate is like when there's like you can't keep up with all the games at one time when they're all at the 1 o'clock slot. But first game we have the Colts Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks. The wheels have fallen off the Colts, and I do want to see Philip Rivers ball out though. But I just not a good team to have your first start in 5 years against.
Yes, the Seahawks are favored by like 12 and a half or something crazy.
13 and a half.
Yeah, so
Same line as the Jags Jets.
yeah, so I didn't want to take that just because of the wild card of Philip Rivers. I don't know if teams are going to like know what to do to defend him, but I think the Seahawks defense is just very good in general. Um, so yeah, I'm down to take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I would love to be wrong. Like I would absolutely love to see because I'm pretty sure the Colts winning eliminates the Chiefs from the playoffs.
That would be very good. Yes.
Uh yeah, and they need like the Chargers to lose all their AFC games. They're basically done. We'll get into the team I think has a better chance to make the playoffs than them in a minute, but next up we have Packers at Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos, but I think we're gonna lose. But I can't pick against them.
So this is being played at Mile High. Packers just still have a higher percent chance to win. This is a tough game to pick. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with Toyotathon Jordan Love and the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I if I was a neutral, I could see the argument for Packers, but I can't pick against the Broncos. Especially with their if they were, like 9-4 or something like that, I could be like, oh, but when they're 11, they've been finding ways to win all year. So I think they can find a way to win this game too. Just have to give Bo some time to throw, and then we're chilling. But anyway, moving on. We have Titans at 49ers. Like you mentioned, Brock Purdy probably going to have a very good day, as same with CMC. 49ers win this easy.
This might be the Titans' last of the year. I'm gonna check their schedule real quick. I think they actually play the Giants, I want to say. No, they play the Saints. So they got 49ers, Chiefs, Saints, Jaguars. So hopefully they beat the Saints and help draft position. But other than that, I don't think they really have a chance in any of the other game.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Um, but yeah, next up, Panthers Saints. I do like the Panthers to win this game, although I do think the Saints have looked a little bit better the last few weeks. Um, but yeah, I'm a Bryce believer, so
Panthers are fighting for the division as a whole, let alone the
it
playoffs. So
if
I don't think they're gonna get swept.
if they if the Bucks lose tonight, the Panthers winning on Sunday could be very, very interesting. If the
I
Bucks,
think the Panthers and the Bucks still have to play both times. Yeah, they play next week and week 18. So
oh, so this game means almost nothing because
there's that, but the
someone could
Panthers also
sweep
play the
the
Panthers play the
49ers.
Seahawks in between.
I think they play the 49ers too. No, they don't. No, they don't. They play the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
it's Saints, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Buccaneers. So
So they need to win this.
yeah, just for
In
have
case they
an
get
extra win on their belt.
uh, like they just need to split the Bucks and then win this, and then hope that the Bucks lose one of their other two games. But yeah, I do like the Panthers in this one, but a lot of pressure on them, and the Panthers suck as favorites. That is the one thing scaring me is that they have been awful this year when they're the favorite. Um, so it would not shock me to see New Orleans win this game, but I have to believe in Bryce. Last noon game or afternoon game of the slate, we have Lions at Rams. This is going to be a good game, I think. But I think the Rams still win. The Lions defense is banged up, and the Rams offense has looked unstoppable this year, minus a couple weird games. But yeah, I have to go the Rams.
Yeah, this might be like a MVP solidifying type game for Stafford if he plays well. It's in SoFi. I think the Rams are just a better team. I think they're a contender, so I'll have to go with them as well.
Yeah, I know Cowboys fans really want the Lions to lose that game. I think they need
They
the
could use that, yeah.
The Cowboys need like the 49ers, Lions, and then either the Panthers or the Bucks to lose. Uh, Very long shot. But speaking of the Cowboys, we move into Sunday Night Football, Vikings at Cowboys, and like you said, I think Dallas not only win, but I think they also cover as well. Uh, yeah, I think that was a fluke game against the Commanders. It's so weird that the Vikings have 5 wins. It just doesn't. Their season, the amount of memes that they've had this season,
It feels like they should be like in the gutter.
yeah, they doesn't. They do not feel like a 5-8 team. They feel like a 3-10 team or a 4-9. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I like the Cowboys easily in this game. Then Monday Night Football, Dolphins at Steelers. I'm gonna say something crazy. I think the Dolphins have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean they could. I don't think either the Dolphins or Steelers are going to make it in the end, but the Dolphins have won 5 of 6, I believe, after starting out really bad and
Very,
falling to getting fired.
they've had a very easy schedule to be fair. They're like, minus that win against the Bills. They haven't really played anybody, but I do like the Dolphins to win this game at home or no
So
on
I'm
the road.
looking
They're on
now,
the road.
it is in Pittsburgh, and I think that is probably going to be the difference maker because it's probably going to be cold, and the Tua cannot play in the cold. Yeah, it says 25 degrees. I think Tua is still winless in his career in games under 40 degrees at kickoff.
I think that wasn't last week his first.
Did he? Who did they play?
The Jets in MetLife.
Ah, okay. Well,
I
yeah,
think
maybe he's one, but that
I
it's
think that
also
was
the
his first
Jets.
game that he won under 40-degree weather.
I think I'm gonna have to take the Steelers. I think the Steelers' home field advantage is just like, it's just awful for me. But,
Yeah, I think
um,
I want the Dolphins to win because I just want somehow the Dolphins to finish above the Chiefs. I think that'd be
that
funny.
would be yes. I would like I would like that a lot. But
Um, yeah. So that I think is going to wrap us up, unless you have any closing thoughts or remarks. other
Mm,
than Michigan being a bunch of cheaters. Cheaters not only on the football field but in domestically in the home too.
domestic. The only thing I really have to say is I'm looking forward next Thursday, Rams Seahawks. That is, we'll cover that one when the time comes, but that is going to be good.
Yeah, there definitely some good games this week. I think that that Rams Lions game could be really good. Um, Texans Chargers could be really really good. Um, Hopefully Broncos get a win.
Yep.
Need one, just need one. I'm so nervous. So nervous. I think we're either gonna win by 3 or we're gonna lose by 20 would be kind of my guess. Uh, but who knows? Maybe Bo Nix plays the best game of his life, and the wide receivers want to play wide receiver for
Yeah,
once.
Troy Franklin can catch the ball.
He ain't playing. They hate him. I don't know
What?
what it is, but they hate him. Like, well, he'll play, but like he just barely gets any snaps anymore. It's all Cortland and then Pat Bryant and then like the 2 or 3 tight ends.
Mm,
It's kind of been the MO recently, but I would love to see Troy Franklin get the ball because I think he's okay, but I don't know. I don't know, Sean. I don't know what Sean Payton's gonna do. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Please like and subscribe, or not Chip Kelly this time, or not Chip Kelly. Instead of Brian Kelly being your coach, Sherrone Moore will be your next head coach. Um, and you don't want that because not only are you getting a bad head coach, but you're also getting someone who just threatened to off themselves multiple times yesterday night.
yeah.
Hopefully, Sherrone Moore mentally is okay. Don't want to see anything. Don't want to see him harm himself. Luke has no comment, but
No. Yeah, I definitely don't want to see him. I'm glad he's gone from Michigan. I'm glad Michigan is just taking an L.
I
I do hope
saw.
he's okay
I,
mentally,
I,
personally, though.
I saw a lot of Ohio State fans were mad that he got fired because they just like thought he was never going to beat them again, which I kind of agree with. He probably was never going to win 10 games in a year. But yeah, it's going to do it for us. Stay tuned for the recap episode next week. Other than that, everybody have a good weekend. Luke, have fun at the wedding. Um, Take care, everybody.